garden burgers and all the rest of it. I mean, you could easily make get a garden burger and I guess mix in the hemp powder and just bring it up to a whole different level.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I do Pastor Pa on his radio show. We named an omelet after him because he mixes it in his omelet every morning.
Oh, good idea. Very good idea.
Absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't use any bread, so it's just a wonderful. There's so many things you can do with it. I have a guy that buys large quantities for me. He makes pesto with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the only guy right now making pesto, and he sells it all over the world. And they absolutely love his pesto.
Huh. Neat.
Anyway, there's so many people using it. But I got to share something with you.
All right.
Canaries won't sing without it. Listen to this. That was the birdseed companies testified before the U.S. Congress in 1937. They testified that their canaries won't sing without it.
Without hemp seed.
Birdseed. Yeah. Isn't that cute?
That is. Yeah. Okay. So you've got food out for which animals now?
For horses, dogs, cats, any small animal, hamsters, gerbils, they absolutely go nuts. Huh. You put anything in front of them, you put that hemp seed there, they will always grab the hemp seed first.
Huh.
Always.
Well, any of you folks out there who have had parrots as pets especially will know if you feed your parrot the average seed mix, well, your parrot's is not going to do well. It's full of just junk seeds. Sunflower and those white safflower seeds are awful. That's all the birds will eat. They'll throw everything else on the floor, because like eating ice cream all the time. They won't live as long. They won't do nearly as well. And now in many of these seed mixes, they're putting the little colored kind of like, it's a formula in a granule, if you will. It's total nutrition in every bite. But they're using these FD&C terrible food dyes on them. The birds like the bright colors. Well, forget that. You're poisoning the birds with these terrible Food and Drug Administration red dye number 40, yellow lake number 3. It goes on and on. None of that with hemp seed. And again, how do you treat the hemp seed for the birds? Is it just straight?
Let me see. You mean how do I? Yes.
Do you toast it? Is it just straight?
Literally raw seed. This is not toasted.
All right. Good. I can understand that.
This is raw seed for the birds. I did want to make that. Good point, Jeff. Yeah, right. It's absolutely raw. The birds like the raw seed.
Man, your phone is just ringing off the hook. You're getting a lot of calls.
Yeah, I know. I got to give my phone number. We forgot to give it.
Well, you're getting enough calls. Let's not get greedy. All right, go ahead and give. Just kidding. Here's the phone number.
We have a new 88 number, but we're not going to give it out, the 888 number, until about 2 weeks because we're going to have a call center. But right now it's 908-691-2608. That's 908-691-2608.
All right. What I'd suggest you folks do, hempusa.org, is get yourself, you've got a small sample pack for people.
Well, we have a 5-pound sampler that they can try. It's $125 for 1 pound of everything we have, and it's a great starter pack. I'll let this phone ring. Can you hear me? Because people will call you.
Yeah, I hear it. Do you want me to answer it for you? I'll take care of it.
No, forget it. I can't even see the number.
Just kidding. All right, now listen. $125, 1 pound of everything. That would actually last you... What, for a month and a half, if you had to?
Well, it depends on how they eat and how they use it. It's real hard to say, just even generally say, because everybody...
that's a pretty cheap thing to toss in the cupboard in an emergency, and you'd have it right there.
Absolutely. Plus, we ship for free anywhere in the 50 states. I mean, we had 200 orders go out today, okay?
Wow.
So we ship for free anywhere in the U.S., and it's actually, we also ship all over the world if they go to the International Button site. So we do ship for free in the U.S.
Excellent. All right, what haven't we talked about we need to touch on here?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think that the way it's grown, well, I'll tell you something interesting, is the way the plant is. People compare it to, they want to know if it's marijuana. Well, let's let the audience know that it is not marijuana. Hemp marijuana sativa plant is a totally different plant. The industrial hemp plant that we get our food from is totally different from the marijuana plant. It is not marijuana. It does not contain THC. So people don't have to call me and ask me, if I get a drug test, am I going to be testing positive? No, you will not test positive because there is no THC in this plant.
That's a very good question and a very good answer. All right. Yeah.
Yes, and we need to educate America about this because the propaganda for the last 70 years has told the opposite. So let's tell people the truth, right? And basically, I'll give you an example. If you take a square yard area, you could fit 4 cannabis plants in there. You could fit 4 marijuana plants in that little area, that square yard area, which is about, 9 square feet?
Okay.
Guess how many plants you can fit of industrial hemp because they're grown without branches. They're stalks. You can fit 300 to 500 plants in that one area.
What?
Yes. Versus 4 marijuana plants that branch out and look like bushes when they're grown.
Yeah, well, those are beautiful plants. They're very pretty, but I get the point. And I can see the picture on your site of that field that must be 12, 15 feet tall.
Yeah, they're grown like 4 inches apart, but you could fit between 300 and 500 plants. So you can imagine how incredible this is as a renewable source for oil.
What a bonanza for food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I mean, we'd have everybody working all the way down to the county level. Everybody would be it would be a different world, different economy if this was grown in the 50 states. But it's not.
How is the powder produced from the raw plant?
Well, the powder is produced. First of all, the plant is not used whatsoever. Only the seeds are used from the plant.
Okay.
And we take 200 to 2,000 seeds off each plant.
Okay.
Okay?
So it's only the seeds. That's it. All right, I got it.
Just seeds, and after the oil is pressed from the seed, the cake powder is made. It's ground and sifted into a cake powder from that point.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
So, and we have, actually, I said probably the wettest powder. It's really a dense cake powder because it's 12% oil and 50% protein. And that is why we sell large amounts of this powder, and it actually builds the body up quite well. I have a lot of professional athletes, kickboxers, professional cyclists that call me, boxers, and they use this product quite a bit, and they're actually very, very much in love with it. So it really does work, and if you're a weightlifter, it's the best protein you can get.
Okay, I was just going to ask you about that. A lot of these weightlifters take in extraordinary amounts of protein from dairy sources, from meat sources, from soy sources. I'm totally against soy, as you probably are. It's all GMO and sprayed and everything else. So this is really good for bodybuilders and weightlifters. Really good.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. Because if you look at what they're taking now, Jeff, they're taking whey protein. What's
junk.
Whey protein? That's leftover excrement from the manufacture of cheese.
Yeah, it's junk. I know.
So why would you want? Yeah, let me tell you. If they threw it away in the waterways, it would kill all marine life. So they feed it back to us in the food products. If you look at your candy bars, and if you look at a lot of the
I know.
The commercially packaged food, you will see whey in the ingredients.
WHEY, stay away from it, folks. Also, anytime you see soy protein, isolate, run, don't walk. Tom James, thank you very much. Fascinating information. We really appreciate what you're doing. We'll talk to you again. Thank you.
God bless you, buddy.
Good night, Tom. Okay, hempusa.org. That's the story. And it's so much fun to learn about this amazing product, and in fact, the one before that, Dr. Greenberg. So, all right, we're going to pause. We'll be right back in just a minute.